Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Craig. We're going to be getting into the markets. We have a lot to cover today, so make sure you stick around for the whole video. We're going to take a look at Trump's new big beautiful bill, which Senate passed, still has to go through House. We're also going to talk about some new tariff updates. Imagine that. Tariffs all the time. We're going to take a quick look at my trades. We're obviously going to go over the markets, and then we have some huge crypto news. So definitely stick around for that. If that sounds good to you, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments below throughout the video. Let me know what you think of this stuff, and let's get into it. Okay, first let's take a look at CNBC. Dow futures, as of the time of making this video, the futures or the markets open in about 8 minutes. So Dow futures are down around 30 points, S&P's down around 5 points, Nasdaq's down around 48 points. As you can see, the article right in the center of the page, the private sector lost 33,000 jobs in June, badly missing expectations for $100,000 or 100,000 job increase. Now, remember what's been happening with all these jobs reports. They report one number and then they revise a month or two later with much lower numbers. If that happens this time, it's only going to prove that the economy has gone in the shitter. Then we have Senate Republicans pass Trump's sweeping policy bill, clearing a major hurdle. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but JD Vance was the deciding vote. It was 51-50, but it still has to go through House again and get approved. What's the deadline? July 4th, I think the 4th of July, for Trump to sign it. We'll see if that goes through, or will it get backed up and pushed back more. Let me know what you think below. Also, let me know what you think of this bill. You got a lot of mixed views all over, but it is a huge spending bill, right? And a lot of people are talking about, you know, Democrats spend all the money. Well, Republicans do too. Elon Musk has been hinting, it looks like they're just both the same party. Same thing I've said for a long time, that they're both pushing for the same thing. They get little things that make it look like they're spatting, so people will argue. Remember, they got to keep people divided to keep control. That's my thought. I don't know what your thoughts are, but that's what I'm thinking is most likely going on. And what if Elon is able to get up a new party that's a real party that has their own thinking, and they're not just, you know, the Washington thought process. Like I've always said, they're all working in the same building all day. They talk about how much they hate each other, but nobody has black eyes. Nobody's getting in fights. They just probably high five in the halls and laugh about all the tax money they're bringing in. Anyways, just my. And then we have the tariffs. I am so sick of hearing about tariffs. I don't know about you guys, but anyways, now Trump is going after Japan, or he's really being loud about Japan. Let's just say that. Apparently he's going after everybody, but yesterday he suggests that his team would force Japan to accept higher tariffs, 30 to 35%. We'll see what happens there. The proposal is higher than 24% Liberation Day level and current baseline 10% tariffs in place while the two sides negotiate. The deadline's approaching on that too, but Trump is saying he's not thinking about a pause. He's actually said he can announce it at any time, so it may not last as long. That might be used timing wise to move these markets the way they want to move them if they start going the wrong way. And it depends. Do they want it to go up or do they want it to go down? What are their plans, you know? So anyways, let's take a look at my trades next and we'll go from there. Okay, here's the Prime XBT trade that we've been in for a week now. I have not added to it, but I'll probably add some shorts here soon, depending on how this reacts. We're going to take a look at the charts after we talk about the big crypto news, which is coming after I show you the trades. But anyways, right now this current trade is up $700. Then we take a look at our BITUNIX trade. But before that, if you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT. Links down below. You can trade crypto, forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything, all from one exchange. Simple, simple, simple. Definitely check it out. I have a tutorial down below too, along with my exchange link. BITUNIX, another sponsor of the channel. As you can see right there, we hit our golden pocket zone. That's what I talked about yesterday. I had my stops at break even. As of right now, it's going to approach that golden pocket again. If it breaks above that, I'm looking for about the 108 250 for a reversal. If not, then maybe might be time to start looking for a long in here. But as of right now, we are up 665 bucks on this trade. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the huge crypto news. And here it is, the SEC approves grayscale ETF that includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and ADA. We're going to take a look at those charts. If you guys stick around, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, where I think it's going first. Then we're going to take a look at Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and ADA. The cool thing is, we had some targets that actually hit on all these from very old charts, and I'm going to show you that. So let's take a look. First, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin right now. As I said right here, this golden pocket zone, this is the area I'm watching. It's your point, or your 0.65 and 0.618 fib right there, right? That's your golden pocket zone. I was looking for a rejection there, we got, but as of right now, it looks like we're going to go try to retest that. Your next area of resistance to break is right here. If we get up to that range, it'll probably spike above it. I want to see a reaction after the 4-hour close. If it closes back below, I'll probably enter more shorts. Otherwise, I'm going to probably close my shorts at 105 at break even. We'll see what happens there, but that's what I'm looking at right now. This is the 1 hour. We can usually look at this in the 4-hour. There we go. In the 4-hour, but as of right now, perfect rejection at the golden pocket zone. Then we can look at this here. So this is where I look for. That's why I said I'm probably going to look to close around 108.5. And if we break above this 108.8, come back, test it for support, I think we could be seeing a pretty big move to the upside, approximately as high as around 120. But we'll be keeping a close eye on that. We have to break this area before even considering that. And then, of course, double top area, which would be around 112. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. Let's take a look at XRP. Here, this is an old chart. Now we can put the top right here. For XRP to be bullish, it needs to break this 232 level. If it does, it could go up to approximately 390-ish, right? Otherwise, I'm looking for, if it cannot break this area, we have support at around 210, which is a 200 EMA. If that's broken, I think we could go down to these just above $1 range. If that breaks, obviously we have much lower to go. Solana, so we were looking for a retest of the 192, which we didn't quite get there. Got pretty damn close though, for its rejection and come back down. We have an ultimate target of 27.31. I still think there's a good chance we hit that sooner than later. Not sooner than later. Let's just say, unless we break back up into this rising channel, that would invalidate that. But let's take a look at Cardano, ADA, whatever you want to call it. We hit our target perfect from the break of this falling wedge. It was at 75. We called 50, hit the 50, got a nice bounce there. Now, if this holds as support, we could go up to retest this area all the way up here. Now, on this big bullish news with the ETF, we could possibly be seeing that for a big rush up. But remember, most of the time in the bull markets, the top of the bull market has the best news, and then you have a huge pullback collapse, so that we could see that before. So I think the ETF news in the long run is bullish, not so much in the medium term, right? Obviously the short term, people are going to get a boost off it, but the medium term, we might have a pretty big pullback, guys. Just like when Trump won the presidency, right? Huge spike in everything and then collapse. So just be aware of that stuff, especially if you're trading. Let's take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum has to hold this trend line again, and that's approximately 2,400, let's say, to be but if we turn around and break back down through this, you guys know we hit my first target of 1,500 here. My next target's about 700, and then we have one as low as 253. Unless we just continue up from here, right? If we continue up for a retest to this top trend line, we're looking at about 39. But right here is key. We need to hold this trend line to be bullish at 2,400. Break below that, I get bearish. Look for around 1,500 again, possibly lower. And that's about it, guys. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, leave your comments below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can click the little Crypto Savvy link and subscribe. But I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Check out these tutorials up top, and I'll catch you in the next one.